In Khartoum, North Sudan, faith exists in the crossfire. When civil war erupted, lines blurred fast. Militias fought militias. Soldiers fought civilians. Law collapsed. Power belonged to whoever carried the gun. And in that chaos, churches became targets. Not strategic targets, symbolic ones. Christian communities were accused of siding with enemies they did not know, serving agendas they did not control, believing in a faith they refused to abandon. One small church stood near a main road, cement walls, rusted gate, no steeple. It had survived years of pressure, threats, and vandalism, but it had never faced war. Until one Sunday afternoon. The service had already started. About 40 people were inside, families, elderly men, young women, children sitting on the floor. Singing was soft. Windows were shut. Outside, the sound of gunfire echoed through the city. Distant, but constant. They had learned to ignore it. Then the gunfire stopped. That was worse. Moments later, a truck screeched to a halt outside the church. Men jumped down, boots hit the pavement, weapons were loaded. Someone shouted, "They are inside!" The first shots hit the outer wall. Concrete cracked. Dust filled the air. Screams erupted. This was not a warning. This was an execution. Inside the church, people dropped to the floor. Children cried. Some tried to run toward the back exit. The pastor moved to the center. He did not shout instructions. He did not attempt negotiation. He said one sentence, loud enough to cut through the panic. "Stay down. Call the name of Jesus." Bullets struck the gate again. Metal rang violently. The attackers were firing blindly, spraying the building, expecting chaos, expecting bodies. Inside, the church prayed, not polished prayers, not calm ones, desperate prayers. Jesus, save us. Jesus, protect us. Jesus, help. Then something happened outside. The gunfire stopped. Shouting replaced it, angry, confused. One of the attackers screamed that his weapon had jammed. Another shouted that he could not see clearly. Witnesses later said a thick dust cloud suddenly formed around the church, localized, unnatural. Visibility dropped to 0 near the entrance, but the rest of the street remained clear. The attackers fired again. Every bullet missed. Not one person inside was hit. One round shattered a window, but instead of entering the room, it deflected upward into the ceiling. People inside felt something change. Fear did not disappear, but it lost control. The pastor stood. He began to speak, not loudly, but firmly. Jesus Christ is Lord over this place. Outside, the attackers panicked. One man fired into the air. Another dropped his weapon and ran. The truck engine stalled twice before restarting.